Yeah, hey, what's up everyone? Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and today we are starting a brand new series. We are playing Galactic Civilizations IV, and the game came out of early access today, so that means we are playing on the version 1.0 patch. Now, before we get into the series, I should mention Stardock did provide me with a key for the game, but this is like our third series now on the game, so you can kind of tell I've been enjoying it. It really like tickles the 4X strategy genre, especially when it adds in the space. Like, that's just like, oh, I just love it. I love it. So I've been having a lot of fun with the game. So our last two games, our first game, we started off as the Terran Alliance. Basic, you know, just being basic, really, honestly, and we were playing on a kind of like the middle difficulty, and we're just trying to remember how to play because it's been a while since I had played Galactic Civ 3, and a lot of the rules and stuff are similar, but there were some new things, and you know, we had some fun with it. We probably won pretty comfortably, but we did actually lose a couple wars, which is kind of hilarious, just because, like, yeah, fighting the AI in this game is not the easiest thing in the world. Then our last series we played on the Zloxy, and we were actually playing on the second hardest difficulty. Their whole thing is being super crime oriented, and the one thing we ended up doing is we were super peaceful. I think I was definitely a little trigger shy from having lost a couple wars as the Terran Alliance, that I really wasn't too interested in fighting people just because I wanted to win the game on a higher difficulty level, and we did. We ended up cruising to victory. The AI had a pretty big lead on us, and we were just able to snowball back. So at the end of that series, I said when the game was coming out, we were actually going to go hard. We were going to actually play a Civ that was going to be warlike. We were going to build a bunch of ships, and we were going to fight a bunch of wars, and we're going to hopefully not get our butt kicked on a high difficulty level. So the question was, who are we going to play as? The Dragon Empire, if you've never seen any of the Galactic Civ stuff, they're basically the traditional bad guys. They would be the Borg of Star Trek, I suppose, even though I don't watch Star Trek that much. I was trying to think, like, who are the, like, typical bad guys? I guess they would be the Empire in Star Wars, like, just, or the Sith or something like that, just like the ancient bad guys, you know, even though they're not that ancient, whatever. You know, they're kind of like your normal bad guys. But then I was leading kind of towards the Mamat Brotherhood because they're proliferation here, which basically means every time they construct a ship, they get two, but one, they both have 25% less hit points, which obviously, if we're dealing with a bunch of wars and trying to fight a bunch of different people, that sounds kind of nice. Ultimately, though, I think we're going to play the Festron hunt, even though they are the creepy aliens. But the one reason I want to play them is because of Ravenous. So the first part of the ability, receive 1,000 credits, 10% approval for 25 turns after conquering a planet. Yeah, sure, that's fine. That's great. Second one is where this is really cool, though. It also grants the ability to consume aliens and spawn new Festron citizens. I was like, man, I gotta play that. I gotta go eat a bunch of aliens, man. That's kind of what I want to do. I just want to play a Civ and eat a bunch of aliens. Now, we could create our own civilization. Unfortunately, though, if we ended up going Ravenous, it still is gonna spawn a Festron citizen. I wish that if I was playing as, like, the, they have the evil squirrels. Where are the evil squirrels? Yeah, they have the evil squirrels. I kind of wish if I was playing as the squirrels, they have a special name. It was mentioned to me in Stardock. But anyways, if I was going to play as them, I kind of wish I could actually spawn out one of those. Although what we could do is we could be the squirrels who are actually like keeping the Festron on like leashes. Like, imagine they're kind of like our pets and we're just like sicking them on the galaxy. That could be like a thematic thing we could do. But ultimately, I think, you know what, if we're just going to play the Festron, let's just play the Festron. So we're just going to play default. Also, too, this was going to take a while to kind of like pick everything. So I was like, let's just go with the basic Festron. So I think that'll be fine. We're also unrelenting, which gives us extra control, which if you've not seen Galactic Civ 4, essentially control is a resource that you gain and you basically spend it doing executive orders, which are essentially like these really big abilities that give you different things like, hey, you can get extra approval for a while, or you can spawn new citizens, or actually spawn new citizens is one of them. Spawn new colony ships, what I meant. So yeah, control's pretty good. When we're playing as Zloxy, we had very little control, so it's gonna be nice to actually get a decent amount. And then everyone starts with a colony ship and a survey ship. We're also pragmatic, which we believe that the greatest empire is achieved by empowering the strong and purging the weak. And by purging, obviously, we mean eating. Our biology is aquatic, cool. We get an approval bonus when we're on them, and a slight penalty when they are not. They also occasionally murder other species they share a world with. Heck yeah, dude. All right, so Nar Nightbringer sounds like a great name. We start on Cardaria. That's fine. It's an ocean planet. Cool. We start off as veteran, which I was noticing all of these are weird. So you have like the -1 or the +1 here, but for whatever reason, no, I guess it does have -1. Interesting, but it says experience bonus +0, which I don't quite understand there. Yeah, I don't quite get that. But we're also intimidating, and then we're also brutal, which gives us more soldiering so we can conquer planets easier. We start with the pink colors, which I kind of dig. That's kind of nice. The last time we played the game, we were on incredible difficulty. We're gonna bump up to godlike because, you know, whatever, screw it, let's do it. Last time we also played on Galactic, which is amazing. I loved it. There were so many worlds. It was great. The universe was giant. Like, I don't even think we discovered all of the galaxy. But oh my gosh, my computer just did not like it. Like, the turn timers were going a little crazy there at the end. So I think we're gonna do several because, you know, a few, if it's only like 5, that doesn't seem like that much. So I kind of feel like we have to play at least several here. Starting sector size, I don't really care. I wish there was a random button there. I am going to bump the star frequency down a little bit because if we're going to be conquering a bunch of planets, well, if the goal is to conquer, we don't want to have to conquer a bunch of planets. We kind of want there to be a little bit less planets than like our last game, for example. So planets will keep occasional, habitable planets will keep occasional. Extreme planets, we're going to actually bump down to rare, I think, just because, I don't know, I felt like in our last game, there were probably almost more extreme planets than habitable planets, and that just, I don't know. I think they should be somewhat rare. They aren't like, so they're basically planets you can't settle until you get a specific tech. And then in addition to that, they don't necessarily give you anything great. It's more like you have negatives there. Everything else, I think we're leaving as is. Hostile entities we're keeping low just because, I don't know, I just don't really enjoy them. Especially because they just blow up my scouts early game when I'm trying to freaking scout, man. They're essentially like barbarians if we're playing Civ 6 or something like that. And then everything else, yeah, we're leaving on. We're going to keep tech brokering on, even though somehow I doubt too many people are going to want to trade with us. But, you know, maybe we can keep a couple people on our good side. We're not going to play with that many civs. So this is 2, 4, 6, 7, 13. 13 civs. That means there's 14 of us. If there's 7 sectors, that means there would be 2 per sector. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, that's a lot of people to conquer. We might not necessarily win the game via conquering. We might win a different type. I'm just saying we're going to be warlike. It's not going to be like one of these things where I'm like, we have to win via domination. Yeah, I don't necessarily care about that. I just want to be a lot more aggressive. Now, like I said, keep in mind, when I played as the humans, we struggled. It was really hard to protect all of our planets and fight the AI. So this is going to be interesting for sure, especially since we're on the hardest difficulty now. All right, the Twilight Hunt. While other species search for idyllic worlds to grow and thrive, the Festron prefer worlds that are already occupied. They see other sentient species as prey to be hunted and hosts for their larvae. The Festron take an extraordinarily long view to this activity and have been known to drop lone individuals onto worlds to spend generations lurking and hunting the local population. What was the movie? Oh, yeah, that was the Chris Pratt alien movie on Netflix where he like was in the future and then all of a sudden they found out that the aliens were like under the ice caps. Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of. Anyway, some are rumored to even reach as far as Earth. There you go. Bottom line, there is no sharing worlds with the Festron. They're strong and aggressive, tolerant of war, and quick to brave the dangers of space, but it'll be difficult to take advantage of the citizens of multiple species as they will kill and replace them. Yes. Oh yeah. Order your shipyard. Yeah. Okay, so dude, these guys look freaking awesome, man. So we start with our survey ship. That is like one of the coolest survey ships I've seen. Dude, these guys' ships are awesome. It looks like a little crab, man, with the claws. I love it. And then there's our colony ship. So do we start? So here's the thing. Every starting system usually starts with 2 different planets that you can settle on, in addition to your home capital world. The problem is both of these are kind of small worlds, so I would rather not settle on them. We'll probably end up using our colony ship to do some exploration. Before we do that, let's actually hop over into here, because we want to see what we got. All right. Because sometimes one of these will like speed up our fleet. So our ravenous nature makes us appreciate a good meal. To that end, we'll be harvesting life from other planets. So as lords of diplomacy gives us extra food and increases approval. Yeah, we're going to run that at some point. Right now, we don't need to. Influence and gross, not really needing right now. Gross pollution, not really needed. I'll kind of go through some of this stuff here in a minute. Extra growth for increased maintenance. Actually might not be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I mean, we're making 13 gold per turn, so I might not hate that. Lower crime, increased control. Our control is +1 per turn. Okay, actually looks like 0.8. Gives us extra pop cap or diplomacy. Let's actually do reproductive, so we'll grow a little bit quicker here. And then I'm assuming you're gonna go down to 11 next turn. I don't know, we'll see. So anyways, this is our finance, this is our control, this is our food. We'll be discovering a bunch of other resources that are gonna fill up. A lot of different weapons, like kinetic weapons, require different resources. There's, for example, antimatter over here that we can go harvest if we throw a starbase over here. And essentially antimatter is really good for missiles and stuff like that. So like every different resource kind of has a different bonus to it, or a different requirement, or I guess every different tech kind of has different requirements. Not necessarily researching the tech, but to build different things require different resources. Probably the easiest way to say it. In addition to that, you will discover these relics all over the world. You basically put a starport near them and you can get the benefit. This one increases our influence, which is essentially this little area here. Any other planets that are inside our influence, so like let's say another civilization came and colonized this world, it will start flipping over to us if they don't have enough influence. So one of the ways you can win is essentially just spreading your influence through the galaxy. So, and then these little white things, they are little things that we can survey that will give us different benefits. Sometimes they'll give you free colony ships. Sometimes they will give you just XP. Sometimes they give you some tech, stuff like that. So we'll send our survey ship out to go start on that. Question, we have enough control actually. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab another colonist, because we can do that, but we can also telescope takeover. So the question is, which direction do we want to go? I think I'm going to send my ships in that direction. So, okay, I just want to see if there was a planet there. There was not. So these are our executive orders. So then the other one is I'm going to spend 33 to draft another colony ship. It does piss my citizens off ever so slightly, but we have a really high approval right now, so that's good. We can actually probably bump up the taxes then. Maybe not to max. Okay, actually we can't. Huh, weird that it drops that much. All right, well, that's fine. And we could go ahead and do print money, but I have no desire to get the extra money right now. Then we have our ideology. You get culture points via tech or different events and stuff throughout the game, and then you can actually go down these different trees that give you a bunch of different benefits. We've never done the authority one, so we'll have to see what that one. We might want to actually do this one. Unlocks advanced transport modules that come with escort fighters. Interesting. That'd be fun. So transport modules are how you invade worlds. Interesting. So I guess that makes them a little more defensive so they can actually fight space battles. I guess that's what it sounds like. Our probe is a unmanned spacecraft. It doesn't do any exploration or anything like that, so we're just going to send you that way. And then we have 2 colony ships. So I'm gonna send one colony ship this direction. Remember, we're kind of rare on planets, and I'm just gonna send this one that way. We do have to be a little careful because there could be just random, space entities that might destroy us. So we just gotta be a little careful where we put them so they don't get blown up. Okay, so then we get to pick our first tech. Obviously, armed spacecraft would be really good. Okay, so subspace streams, essentially, this is what is called a sector. All these planets are basically inside one sector. We might be alone in here. There might be someone else inside the sector with us, but then all the different sectors are connected by those subspace streams. So being able to discover them fairly early on is actually somewhat nice. Or would we rather do... Yeah, I think I actually am going to supply ship. I don't really care about any of those. I'm gonna do the subspace. Yeah, I'm actually gonna start with that one. And then on the planet, this is our different planet. All the different colors represent different bonuses. So the blue ones give you bonuses to research, which is crazy. So we have a lot of research bonuses on our planet. We have a boost coil here, which is cool. So once we actually upgrade that, it's going to give us an ability here, an artifact ability, so we can actually refresh, what is it? Charges that will reset the moves of the selected fleet. That's nice. We get bonus to manufacturing if we build there. We got +2 to wealth here. Now, the weird thing that kind of sucks about this is normally I like to go really hard in manufacturing districts. Unfortunately, we don't have any manufacturing near us, but I think are still going to take it here. And we're just going to build 2 manufacturing districts just to start to begin with. And we're probably going to get a lot of science on this planet. I think so. What's this building, by the way? Tide pods. Increase the world's influence and approval. Oh, interesting. Trade network, industrial center, capital mainframe. Okay, I'm not going to worry about any of those. And then our shipyard. We need to build something here. So we'll build a probe to begin with just so we can explore a little bit quicker. And we are officially done. Oh, yeah, we can actually assign a leader, too. I should have done that. Although we probably want to save a leader or 2 for our worlds. So you can colonize any planet. If I colonize, for example, Scarab here, we would have no control. Essentially, all its production money and all that stuff would just go right to Cardaria, unless I put a governor in charge of the world. At that point, then it becomes a quote-unquote core world, and then you actually have influence over what it builds and stuff like that. And you basically do that by buying leaders and then applying them. Your leaders have different stats, though, and the different stats actually can help with different things. Yeah, I totally forgot about grabbing leaders to begin with, which is usually kind of something you want to do. Exploration does increase movement speed, and I actually can't afford a 3rd one. The other options, we could throw one here into a commander role. Doesn't require logistics. Interesting. You give me 100 credits per battle. These aren't great ships right now. They're very basic, but I think I'm just going to make you guys ministers to begin with. Getting as much exploration, so this is going to give us an extra move to all our ships and extra range, and then this gives us extra random tech and extra research, which I should have done that last turn, so that was a bit of a mistake. It's been a minute since I played the game, at least started the game. So this is our probe. You can keep probing it. Actually, I probably want you to go this way a little bit more, but that's okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is not the colony ship. Let's take you this way, because you're coming that way. And then I guess you can go this way, since I already moved you that way. Okay, so early game, 4X, you know, like normal, we're not going to really have a whole lot to do, except just send out scouts and see what we can find. Hopefully we can actually find some worlds here, and I didn't like reduce the worlds by too much, so we have nothing to colonize. Actually, we can immediately call. Wow, it's a 32. Holy crap, that's one of the best planets I've ever seen. And it's a paradise, and it freaking has pollen on it as well. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's amazing. All right, well, there you go. So I'm gonna need to put a leader on that planet, because we're gonna want to make that a colony ASAP. But dang, dude, that is like a great find. All right, so our survey ship finished our first survey, and what did we get for it? We got 5 experience points. So sometimes you get events and stuff like that, sometimes not. Oh, we did get an event. Okay. Upgraded missiles. There's once a defensive starbase configured to fire long-range missiles. So we can get the upgraded missile mission or +2 missile attack on our ship. I'm just going to go ahead and send this to our scientists for now, because our survey ship doesn't really have much damage. Actually, it did have 3 missiles, but that's fine. A Crux 2. Hold up. Scarab, Neckin, Cardia. I'm thinking, Carapace. Is that how you spell it? Whatever, that's how you spell Carapace now. So I'm just kind of thinking of like bug-like terms. So haunted, its colonists report a variety of strange disturbances. So we can increase the ideology for something here. Planet gains haunted traits. Secrecy increases by 1. We can lose 50, and it still gains the haunted trait. But we get the creativity, or transparency, but we lose the tile. Put some boards over the hole that screams. I don't know, because I'm not a huge fan necessarily of any of these. I think we probably would be superstitious. I mean, to be honest, we're bugs. I don't even see us necessarily building houses, but I don't know what the haunted actually, what that trait's going to do for us. I don't know. So we can't assign another leader yet, and I don't really want to take you guys off what you're doing. So we're just going to hold off before we make you a core world, which should be okay. So we're basically looking for the suns. Now, the cool thing is when you hover over the sun, it'll tell you what planets are there. So we can click and see, nope, there's no planets here. But there's some Promethean here, which is good because that is a resource that we will need. Yeah, so the fact that we actually found a really good planet to begin with is going to be very, very good for us. I'm gonna send you and start getting some exploration over that way. Continue with the next turn. You have like 4 turns there. Okay, so you still have a while. Now you can see it's actually sending, so we're sending 5 production over. It has some decay, which means it's not gaining quite as much. Look at that food though, 16 food there. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, so Cardia is actually getting the benefit now from that planet. So if we hovered over the production here, you can see Caprice is actually adding 4.2 production. So it basically over doubled our production just from adding Caprice. So by having, Carapace, Caprice Sun. But by having Carapace, essentially it's helping Cardia build their stuff a little bit quicker, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Just kind of let you just help me get my capital kind of fleshed out. So I'm gonna keep exploring. Not really much to do. I'm not gonna print money, and we can't draft or anything like that for they're on a cooldown. So see quite a bit of months, quite a few turns before we can actually do that. All right, we finished another probe. I'm gonna send you in this direction, and I think I'm gonna build another probe because we already have the second colony ship, and I'm not really seeing anything worth colonizing yet. Subspace scanning's done next turn, which is great because we would very much like that to be done with. Dude, there's a huge empty spot right here. Huh. It's kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever seen such a large empty spot, but I don't mind that. I think it's a little bit better than having planets everywhere, which is normally what's been happening. So we'll go scan there and then come back. Usually we're looking for like yellow stars because they're more likely to have planets, I assume. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works in this game too. So new anomalies, star bases, yes. Yes. So star bases are going to allow us to start generating some of these resources. Like we can get the 3 Promethean there, which is crazy good. We'll probably, I mean, cultural relic is nice, but we don't need it right now. Maybe I'll go with the antimatter because I think we are going to go into probably use missiles. I don't know if they've changed it, but missiles were super overpowered in the beta. I know they got nerfed a little bit there near the end of the beta. I still assume they're probably better than not. We also have a life relic here, which increases growth. So we could grab actually the double duranium and life relic. That's probably what we'll do. Okay, we got another event here. Remains of powerful warship are scattered across the debris field. We should be reassembled the bulk of the ship. Okay, so we get the retribution mission. Okay, yeah, we've seen that. So essentially, some of these surveys contribute points towards it, and then when you get enough points, then you get a free ship. So it's a small ship. It's not the greatest ship. It's not going to last us forever, but it's not a bad ship to start the game off with. So I don't mind that. Now, we haven't seen anyone else yet, which is a good thing for us. Oh, you actually leveled up too. Nice. So ships all have XP and stuff like that. On these survey ships, we can do different things like give it extra hit points. This is the one we really like, extended reinforced hull, but it requires 3 duranium. So essentially, I have to collect some of this duranium here before I can actually do that. So I think to begin with, I'm just going to go ahead and give you 54, 20% of 54 would be 5, would be 10. So it'd be 10 extra HP or an extra movement. I'm going to actually take the 20% HP here. And that basically just, the idea is to get enough HP, just so some of these are yellow, which means they are defended, which means you have to actually like go fight them. And so we want our survey ship to be powerful enough to actually be able to take that on. So I don't think it's really powerful enough to begin with, but we'll be able to get there eventually, hopefully. So that's kind of the play, why we're going to go with HP, at least to begin with. And great. So we found another planet. It's poor. The bigger problem is we found our first space monster. And those guys are probably most definitely going to end up killing my probe. Yeah. Dang it. I don't think I'm going to be able to get my probe out, and they're most likely going to go attack them. Yep, there you go. Goodbye, Mr. Probe. This is why I hate space monsters. All I wanted to do was explore, you little punk. Oh no, we lost our colony ship too. There were pirates. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So we had both pirates and space monsters to begin with in our opening territory. Oh, that is so unlucky. Oh, that's so bad. That is so freaking bad. Oh man, so that means the pirates are over here somewhere. Means I'm not entirely sure how I want to go exploring now at this point, knowing that there are a bunch of enemies out there that can go destroy us. We need attack ships, but obviously that's not something we can do right now. So yeah, that's unfortunate. We might be able to do it. Let's pop out one more probe. You know what? I feel good. I think let's get a colony ship. And I mean, honestly, we wasted a colony ship, but we were using them as a scout. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know, we didn't have to spend any population. Normally, when you build colony ships, you have to utilize one of the population of the planets. Luckily, because we got that one via a executive order, you don't actually have to use your population, which is kind of nice. All right, so we can start building some stuff. And we're going to do, we need armed shuttles. I mean, we have to because we're completely surrounded. Okay, so plan number one is we're going to go work on the Promethean, which we should be able to get there safely. Plan number two is we're going to go get the Duranium. And I think we can get there safely as well. And I'm aware of both of these, by the way. You can go away. Although then again, keeping the exclamation points alive for a little bit longer might not be the worst thing in the world. So the funny thing is, when you're playing the Zalaxy, you're actually immune to pirates. So I got to get used to the fact that pirates actually will attack us and kill us this game. Oh, we can draft colonists again. Do it. Do it. I'm sure we'll find a use, right? Surely we'll find a use for him. If nothing else, he can just die again. So we could go colonize those planets. I just don't really care. Also, I could colonize these just to help out Kadera a little bit more. Actually, would it be Car Idea? I like Kadera. Carida? Screw it. It's our planet. I can call it whatever I want. It's Cardia. Cardia. So what we should be doing, and I'm a little too lazy for this, is just moving ships like a couple moves at a time, just so we don't find ourselves like absolutely in a really bad spot. But okay, so there's actually a planet here, and it's a precursor capital, and it's class 30 freaking 6. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, no, we're going over there for sure. Yeah. That is gonna be amazing. Okay, keep going with the next turn. You're coming that way. The pirates, like, they do move a little bit, but for the most part, they kind of stay in the same area. So point being, we gotta be a little careful, but think we can get there pretty safely. So, dude, I want to see this world. And it's precursor capital too, which is awesome. Because it lowers some population, but I think the precursor capital gives us something else. I thought there was some other benefit to it. I think there is, but I don't really remember. It does give us Elerium. Elerium's used on laser weapons. Also an extra gross income. Now, what's funny is the negative 50% growth. Oh no. Don't we have like the plus 100% growth? Actually, oh my god, we're almost full already. Wow, that's insane, dude. That growth is crazy fast here as the Festron. Oh, we got to actually build something new here. Okay. You're only plus 1. What's our production right now? It's 9.7, which isn't the worst thing. I think I'm gonna throw a manufacturing district there just to knock it out. And did they bump up manufacturing? Because these seem to get, yeah, they're giving me plus 2% now. They used to only give me, no, see, that's the months to complete, Brian. Yeah, yeah, that one's a 3. That's a 3. Because it's 1 or plus 2 to all. The capital C is plus 2 to all. I thought they were only plus 1 to all. Interesting. And then you're going to be a 2 because you're plus 1 and then you get plus 1 here as well. Okay, yeah. All right. So the more pluses, the better the advantages for it. So obviously you want to you kind of want to theme it. So like if it's blue, you kind of want to do research on it, but you don't necessarily have to stick to it. The AI loves to build just a bunch of production on all their planets. So you take over their planets and you're like, okay, that's a lot of industrial. But that's probably why they're able to outbuild me when it comes to ships. So we shall see. How long? We're at 30 minutes. We're going to go a little longer, even though my throat is freaking dry already, but that's okay. That is fine. It's like really bad allergy season here in Texas, so you know. Continue your movements. You should be fairly safe. Our survey ship is done, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab another survey. He got a event again, so we can get a. Okay, so we can either get armor. Basically, we can defend ourselves from kinetic missiles or lasers. I'm going to defend ourselves from missiles simply because... So how combat works and why missiles were always considered OP in the early Axis is missiles actually attack first. Then it's laser weapons, then kinetic weapons. So I kind of want the idea of just defending ourselves with point defense. So, you know, if we don't kill them with our missile attack, then, you know, hopefully our beam attack can kill them if we survive with the point defense. It's kind of my thought process on that. I think you should be safe to go this way, but we got to move that one a little slow. And you should still be safe the way you're going. And you should 100% be safe. I don't think there'll be any space monsters over there. Armed shuttles are officially done. Nice. And we got a colony ship as well. Cool. Okay, so that means we're going to start building military ships here quickly. Increase movement by 1. I don't mind. Space doctrine gives us extra HP on our spaceships. I actually like that. This is all influence stuff. Space elevators is fine, but there's nothing there that I really want. I like more where it leads to with like planetology and stuff like that. I think I'm going to pop out space doctrine though, just because I think that's a policy I would love to have right now because we're going to be fighting here like ASAP. Which, speaking of which, let's go ahead and start popping out some bombers. You can generate and you can actually make them fleets. That's what the logistics are for. So you can see like a survey ship takes up 4 of 10 spots. The bombers are only, I think, 1 logistics. So you can actually have quite a few of them. They are only 1 logistics. So I can actually have an army of 10 of them or a fleet of 10 of them. So we're going to want to like obviously keep them together as much as possible. Fell colony ship. Let us run you like this way, just to be a little safe. Okay, so you, my friend, are gonna come here, and we just want to be nice and safe. I mean, worst case scenario, we can always just make it a starbase if we see that we're about to get blown up. But I would rather not do that. I would rather, you know, put the starbase where it's useful. Military starbase, like, here's the thing. You can build either right now military communication. Communication basically is like influence military. Basically is a little more, has more modules and stuff you can attach to it, so it does a little more damage. Both of them will still mine all the same. The big thing, though, is when you get late game, starbases just don't really scale strong enough. So I don't know military starbases are actually really even worth it long term. You... Where did you come from? Do we... Yeah, where did you come from, buddy? I don't know. You're not particularly great, but I think that's the same as the bomber, right? Yeah, except the bomber's missile. Oh, other thing is you can actually design all your ships you want, but right now there's not really anything for us to design. I have no idea where that ship came from. Oh, we actually spawned with 2 of them. Oh, that was from the tech. Gotcha. So the tech we ended up getting gave us also 2 free ships. Huh, I forgot about that, or I didn't read that, or I didn't notice that. So that's nice, actually. Not enough to do any damage. We could maybe fight pirates, but honestly, probably not. We'd probably just die. They would be a good distraction, though, but I'm gonna build a couple bombers first. We got at least a decent amount of production. So the production on your starbase is basically based on the production of the planet. So the more production you got on the planet, the better the starbase is going to be. So yeah, we kind of got that going for us. I mean, it's really good production this early in the game, I have to say. Considering like our Zaloxy, man, we were struggling there for a while. So you don't have any planets. Okay. Colony ship is just going through here just to like, you know, stay alive basically. So Now, what you'll notice is this circle right here is the range of the starbase. There are some upgrades you can get to the starbase, and as you progress in the game, you can get new techs, as well as apply even newer modules that give you even more range. I think to begin with, though, I might be able to get all three inside the circle, which would be amazing if I could do that. So once again, we're just trying to be a little safe here, just because we know there's enemies up there. And so far, so good. I think even if we don't see them, they could theoretically see us and come kill us, but I'm kind of banking on the fact if I can't see them, they don't exist. You know, sure. Nah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to grab both of these. Okay, or all three. So we're gonna start with these two then. You can see the lines, meaning we're actually gonna grab them. I'm gonna do a mining starbase, which will give us a bonus to nearby strategic resources. So first probes have returned with canisters full of trace amounts of Promethean. Promethean and Duranium are by far the most important resource in the game. So starting off with the extra mining on them is going to be very useful. So we're actually getting 0.2 already. So we start with 0.2 and now we're gaining another 0.2 because we made a mining starbase. So yeah, I don't mind that. So 0.1, 0.1. Is essentially how that's happening. So if we got that one, we'd get another 0.2 because of our bonuses. So, okay, keep it coming, keep exploring. Homeworld can build something new. So now we're building these dudes in like 4 turns. So we're popping them out pretty quickly. We don't have any of the nicer star bases yet. So I guess we're just gonna keep popping out. Oh, I can't do research ones yet. I can't do food either. I can do financial. You know what? Give me the money and give me the financial district. Those aren't that long. I was going to start building research, but I can't really do that. We don't really need approval buildings, so I don't really care about the entertainment yet. We might want housing, but I can't do housing yet, so we'll have to stick to that. So a lot of the stuff we need, we can't build, which is kind of funny. We can't build housing for our people yet. Our people can travel across the galaxy in spaceships, but we don't know how to build a house. That's great. Okay, so you leveled up again, my friend. This time I'm gonna go ahead and give you the extra moves, and hopefully next time I'll have enough resources to actually give you the level where you can get the bonus HP, the good one. Upgraded kinetic, so we can do the kinetic mission or just give you 2 kinetic attack. I'm just gonna give you 2 kinetic attack, although it doesn't seem like it actually is applying. Or is that just a general one for all kinetic weapons? It's actually a good question. I don't know. Okay, so I need you to go here. We also have the grid on. I could turn it off if I want, if I don't want it. I kind of like it, just because it gives you a good idea of how many tiles you can move and where you can move and so on and so forth. You'll also notice now we have a little bit of vision here, and our starbase is giving us a little bit of influence, but that's going to increase as basically that starbase gets more and more modules attached to it. So you're fairly safe still. I wanted to look here then. Did you get increased? No, you did not get increased kinetic, and you didn't get kinetic there. So I don't know what that gives us then, that quest. Huh. Maybe I should just send it to my people then, I guess. All right, so lots of planets there, but nothing useful. And unfortunately, our probe's gonna die again. Nope, we're good, we're good. So those are precursors. So those guys will also blow us up if we're not careful. New event, illicit goods. We can lower our crime. We can get a free ship upgrade for extra crime or deception. Just get rid of the crime. We are no longer crime lords, so we don't really want to see a bunch of crime on our planet this time. Crime essentially lowers how much income you make, so the more crime you have, the less income you make. Although 100% crime does not mean that you have 0 money. We discovered that. You still make money even if you have 100% crime. I guess because we probably had a bunch of benefits that gave us over 100% income, so it's probably why. So we want to get both of these guys. There you go. And oh yeah, I wanted the life relic too. I'm gonna go here, and we're not gonna get the life relic yet, but if I move any closer, we're not gonna get this other duranium. And honestly, the duranium's a little more important. Colony growth is really good, but I don't need it quite yet. And once again, we're gonna do a mining starbase. Now, when I say, for example, the range increases, I'm not necessarily talking about the influence range. The influence range doesn't determine what you can mine. It's actually still this circle, which is the starbase range. And once again, there are different modules and stuff that increase that, which we're not there yet. All right, so how strong is this fleet now? We can hover here and look. So it's a 3-2-1 with 32 HP. Yeah, not that strong yet. So I think we're just going to keep going. Keep building more ships. We don't want to get pushed around and bullied too much, but at this point we don't have a lot of options. So yeah. For turning space monsters all the way down, we have a lot of space monsters in our map, in our sector. Although I'm pretty sure we actually started in a sector all by ourselves for the first time, which is awesome. Cool. I still don't have another place for this other colony ship yet. I should maybe send you this way, but the pirate's over here. I don't know, man. I gotta be somewhat careful with him. I might just want to hover where we're at for a little bit. Could also have taken him down this way. Actually, that I think is our play. And you are almost here. So next turn, we're going to be able to colonize that world, which is going to be great. Let's see, anything here? Once again, a bunch of planets, but nothing we can habitat. Nothing we can live on. So that's fine. Although I feel as bugs, we should be able to live anywhere. So you're a survey ship. We don't have a lot of surveys left, so you're going to have to come all the way over there. And I think this is probably a good place to wrap up the first episode. So we have a decent little start going for us. You know, we have a lot of aggressive aliens in our space, which, hey, that just gives us a little more incentive to build a bunch of ships early on. Question, are we still last place? Yes. We're first in happiness, though. We're not last in military might, which is actually kind of crazy. We are last in production, but we're third in influence, which... cool, great. And we're getting close to being able to afford a dude that we can actually then put in charge of Caprice. Carapace. I'm just gonna change it to Caprice, man. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the series or enjoying the series. If you did, drop a like, comment. Let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share your support. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.